So I've come to a point where I really want to work and focus quite solidly on lucid dreaming and things similar to that. Um, Initially I got into it because it sounded fun, and as someone who lives very much internally and kind of has this very elaborate internal world going on, for me it felt like a perfect opportunity to kind of live the life that I was living in my head, on a much bigger, much more vivid and lifelike scale than just going there in my mind. I wanted to feel it more real. And then after doing that, I started thinking more about using it for personal growth, which never kind of interested me to begin with, because as far as I was aware, I didn't need to grow in any way. But I started using it for that, and I started using it to communicate with the voices that I hear in everyday life. Again, I've mentioned it before, but I'm trying to keep it as brief as possible, and just trying to keep it brief. Like, I hear voices and I see things, and I kind of have all my life, but not to a massive extent as a kid. It was kind of more like an overactive imagination, I guess, would be the best way to kind of describe it at that point in my life. Then when I turned about 12, 13 is when I started to kind of really hear voices and experience things that I wasn't consciously wanting to experience, if that makes sense. So I kind of used lucid dreaming to get closer to these imaginary friends or hallucinations or whatever. I jump between words depending on how I view the experience at the time. So yeah, I started using it to kind of connect more to that and get a more clearer kind of explanation as to why they were in my life, and I feel I've managed to do pretty good with that and learn a lot about myself from doing that. And it's made lucid dreaming seem like such a bigger thing than it was before. The amount of things that you could potentially use it for, and I think if there's a way to use this to help with mental health issues, especially things like psychosis and the things that I experience, then that would be amazing, really. And that's something that I really want to do. I want to be able to help people with, but I just don't know where to start, really, in terms of helping other people. I guess for the time being, I'm gonna keep practicing and keep learning more about myself, but this is definitely something that I am 100% passionate about, that I really want to do, that I really want to, I don't know, kind of base my life around, really, lucid dreaming, and using it in such ways to help people with psychological issues. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to really say. But yeah, that is what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be thinking of ways I can expand this, ways that I can get out there and do things. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully I'll have more to say about it at a later date.